Hello there. So happy John Walks, welcome. Today's jaunt is Rylstone Edge in the Yorkshire Dales National Park. When I get into a better position out the shade of these trees, I'll show you the edge that we're going to walk along. 25th of June, mid heat wave apparently. Beautiful day, beautiful day. Nice breeze. Whether we didn't have a breeze yesterday, that was a little bit warm, but hoping for a nice leisurely walk in the sunshine over Tut Dale. And we're going to walk along. To be honest, I don't know a great deal about it. I'll have a look while we're on our way round. There's a nice little cross on the top there, up there. After all, Yorkshire is God's country apparently. Talking of God, look at this fantastic church. Ah, there's a Commonwealth War grave site too. Let's go and have a look. It looks a bit oh, okay. I thought it was shut, but it appears that it's not. It appears they employ sheep to keep the grass down. Are they normally that fat? Looks to be struggling in the heat, that's for sure. Anyway, as people say, sheep like to die. Bless them. Oh, here we are. There are some fine monuments here. I mean, either this was a particularly rich village, or, as I suspect, there was a large amount of stone available and skilled tradesmen who could work it well. I did actually remove my hat when I went to the graveyard. It took me a moment to realise I was being an ignorant pig. But yes, anyway, there was a chap there, hence I didn't film anything about the oh sorry, I filmed the gravestone but didn't say anything. Hopefully I'll be able to dig up some information on that and add it to the video as a text box or a voiceover. I'm very new to this sort of stuff, so I don't really know. Such stunning scenery. The grass is so, I mean, I've got my sunglasses on, so maybe I'm getting a bit of rose tinting, but the grass is so green. So looking forward to getting up and seeing what's up there with that cross. So on that note, let's get going. Sorry if there's a bit of wind noise. Intention is to buy myself a DJI Action 5. It's an Amazon Prime Day, don't you know? Just nick in and get one while they're cheap. If I don't like it, I can always sell it on. Stingy with the nettles again? No, come on. One of you's got to be a bit stingy. Oh yeah, that one. Oh yes, spicy. That worked. Stunningly beautiful, isn't it? keep having to stop and look. It's just oh. I always remember years ago, I used to be in the army, and a lot of northern lads in the army, great lads by the way, but those from Yorkshire constantly going on about Yorkshire, God's country. And to be honest, I'm now in my mid to late 30s, 50s. Alzheimer's is kicking in. Mid to late 50s. And the first time I've been to Yorkshire was 2 years ago. And I now know that they were talking the truth. Yorkshire is absolutely stunning. I just wish I'd found out years ago. Well, I did find out years ago. I just didn't listen. The ignorance of youth. So you can see the church and the path we walked up. And obviously I'm stood on the path. And then the path goes off to the right over there. And then I think it ends up coming up over there. And then somehow it ends up coming up there. This is one ziggy-zaggy path. Can't wait to do it. Ew. My good deed for the day. So in another burst of good deeds. Oh no, there's more litter there. I can't pick more up, my bag's getting full. So I managed to pick up one of those instant ice packs. And I just thought, well, I'll pick it up and chuck it in the bag. Didn't realise it was leaking, so it leaked all over my hands. It's like salty or something. And they're all dried to a crust, so I had to waste water washing my hands off. Still, it's in my bag now. And it's not going to end up inside some animal or basically just break down into microplastics and end up inside everything, including us. Guys must be feeling the heat today. So you look like you're chilling. In fact, I might just keep my mouth shut because the big one's looking at me. Excuse my breathing, get rather steep round here. And the sniff. Yeah, the knuckles are not working very well today. Bit of hay fever, I'm afraid. Just looking at this copse and it being fenced in. I was trying to work out why it's fenced in. I guess because when they were young trees, you want to keep the sheep away. And if you want a ready supply of timber for your farm, the trees need to grow. But I suppose at some point somebody decided they didn't want timber anymore because they could get coal, and now these trees are 40 foot high. Mega. Love it. Sun dappling through the trees. It's just stunning. And steep. Lol. That's the first person I've seen. Let's see if we can zoom in first time. Nearly, there you go, one person. Glorious day. Got it all to ourselves. Almost. Perfect. Hello sheeps. One of you's a lucky son of a gun. Yeah, the one with no woolly coat on, or a minimal woolly coat. Looks like you managed to rip all yours off. while all the others suffer in the heat. Onwards and upwards. Ooh, this is steep. It's hard work. Rewarding, but hard work. Quite beautiful. I need to find another adjective to increase my limited vocabulary. Use a thesaurus. However, it is beautiful, and I'm not lying by repeating myself. Oh, it's windy up here. Looks like at some point they've had a wildfire. So, yeah. Some people say their delivery started. And the blame is apportioned all over the place. But in other parts of the world, they're necessary. I'm not so sure about here though. So our path goes this way, and I'm rather glad I didn't bring the dog today. Now the reason for this is it's open access land. All this area here is open access land, but the right to bring your dog has not been granted. Now if I was going straight on along the path, I'm allowed to bring my dog. Dogs are allowed on the paths of right of way, but not on the open access land. So just if you want to come and do this walk and you've got a dog, just be aware it's a no-go, I'm afraid. Seems a bit unreasonable as this is a right of way path. Well, I assume it is. However, the sign says no, so therefore computer says no. Result of a fire. However, I do believe that this will all grow back. At least I hope so. It can't be the first fire in many centuries. Right, we're now coming up onto the ridge. I don't know whether this path actually takes us in the right direction, or I should have turned right back there. But oh, this looks alright. A bit more up and down, but it's more exciting. You can see the cross just up there. Looks much bigger from down below. Was there another one? I think, let me go to times 10 zoom and hope I'm in the right place. I think that's Penny Gent. I walked up yesterday. We, if you've watched the previous video, then you can say we. Sorry for the snappy zoom. I've got to get myself a new camera. No two ways about it. It's stunning up here. The weather's gorgeous. Feels like, I don't know, 24 degrees. It's supposed to be 30 today. I'm not so sure, it's a bit hazy. It's got a lovely breeze going on. Just perfect. There's lots of little brushes touching against my legs. I'm only wearing shorts today. So we'll need to do a tick check later on. Not something to be trifled with. Small little blighters can give you a long-term uncurable disease. I suppose you all know about Lyme's disease. I know a few people with it. I mean, one of them, very clever, bright man, fit as a fiddle. I mean, really fit, legendarily fit. No longer. He still does a bit, but he admits he's easily confused. Struggles with some things that he would have taken easily within his stride before being bitten by a tick. I mean, he was very, very outdoorsy, so you know, he was always going to get bitten by a tick. But it's a shame that he got Lyme's disease. A real shame. So it really is very important to do a tick check. And if you find it, use a tick tool. And if you haven't got one of those, the edge of a credit card, and push it from the head away from. So you're pushing it as if you're putting the credit card on its nose and pushing it backwards. That way you won't inject any of the nasty toxins that are within the tick's body into yours. Hopefully that way you should avoid Lyme's disease. If it does start to swell, if you get a ring around the bite, then get to your doctor and insist on being given antibiotics. It's been well proven, but I don't think the NHS follow this guidance yet. In the use of antibiotics reduces the effects of Lyme disease. In fact, there was a YouTuber I watched years ago. What was his name? Justin Rhodes. Suffered with Lyme's disease. He would do things like an ice cold bath every day. Lots of different lots of different natural remedies to try and resolve his issues. But still, some days you could see he was almost crippled by it, in absolute pain, unable to do things. And again, another very intelligent, active man. Just something to be concerned about when you're out and about. Doesn't take too long to do a tick check, and you don't just check your legs, the little buggers climb. So check your groin area. Always a good excuse. So I can't quite read that. I don't know whether people have been scratching it or it's just, some people have been scratching it, but I also think it's lost some of its finish. Some of the black has come out of the letters. I don't want to get my glasses out of my bag, but it's basically a list of the, I think the top one is the National Park and some power company or something or other. Anyway, the view from up here is absolutely stunning. Bring it back on a proper zoom, back a bit further, takes you along the ridge. But this is called Rylstone Cross. Stunning. Look across the valley, there's another quarry. Zoom in a bit, you can see the quarry and the Dales in the background. Fantastic. Just another quick view of Rylstone Cross again. So to continue with the path, you have to go back over the wall, which kind of spoils the view over the ridge. But I don't want to walk along and then suddenly find that I'm between a cliff and a wall and I can't go over and I have to walk back. So this is the way it must be. Anyway, enough of me. Have a look at this. And then all of a sudden, sorry for the fast spin around, it opens up. Got some amazing rock features. Just spin round, and there's a couple more there. Just notice on this one, zoom in a bit, got some strange round circles in it. I wonder what they're from. Anyway, if you do know, there's a comment section. I'm sorry about my watch keep on beeping in the background. It's set so that when I stop, it stops recording my walk. It's an auto pause function. It's somewhere way down in the menu. I need to dig in and find out where it is and turn it off, or at least make it silent so it just vibrates. Again, it opens up. Just step towards the wall. Look at that. And the watch beeps again. But look at Mother Nature's great creation. Isn't it amazing? Sorry, the wind's starting to take the camera. I'm trying to steal it from my hand. Samsung S23 Ultra. Soon to be replaced by DJI Action 5. Fingers crossed. Amazon Prime Day, etc. Curious as to what the R stands for, and I guess it probably was a wooden fence or something from the wall, but it certainly doesn't look like the wall's ever been amended to make this into a fence line. But there's two gate hinges on there. I mean, that is a sturdy wall, and on the other side we have a C for Charlie, so boundary marker, I guess. Interesting. We're just coming up to the area where the obelisk is. I assume it's an obelisk because it's got a diamond or a triangle on top, so therefore it wouldn't be a trick point. Remains to be proved by being next to it and touching it. But the idea of a trick point is you put a piece of equipment with three legs on top of it. So if your top of the monument isn't flat, then you can't do that. So therefore, I'm pretty sure it's not a trick point. Okay, go onto the OS map, that would tell me too. It's almost a Devon Tor-like shape there, but not really. We're in God's country. Oh yeah, definitely not a trick point. Much bigger in real life. You can't see it from here because of the camera and I'm not going to zoom in because I'm walking, and we can save it for when we get there. I can't recommend this walk enough. Literally, I haven't seen anybody since I saw that person on top of the ridge, sorry. But yeah, whole place to myself. A few sheep, a couple of cows, and thanks to the wind, I've not even been bothered by any horseflies. It's great. That funny little rock in the middle there. It's like a skeg on the bottom of a surfboard. Excellent. Look at this. Zoom out just a little bit. Beautiful. You really need to come and see this. So there's a piece of litter I'm not picking up. I'm not picking up somebody else's dog shit. Excuse me for swearing. But that's exactly what it is. I mean, A, you're not allowed your dog here. B, your dog shit will decompose. C, your compostable poo bags last for flipping years. Why bag it in the first place? Just leave it. If you don't want to pick it up and carry it, just leave it. You stuffing your plastic bag full of shit into a crevice does not fix your problem. Scumbags. Sorry. Just to feel the need to have a rant. I mean, if I'm somewhere like this, my dog has a poo, I'd probably stand in it so that nobody else does and rub it in so that it disappears very quickly. I mean, once you walked a mile, there's nothing left on your boot anyway. And since I had COVID, I don't have a sense of smell, so it doesn't bother me. But wrapping it in a plastic bag and then dumping it is disgraceful. And just to slightly change the subject, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at because it's pretty amazing. Look at that rock. Just love it. We're now just adjacent to the obelisk, and again, got to get over the wall to get there. But there it is. I'll film it when I get a bit closer. This stunning obelisk, and I hope you can hear me over the wind, is a war memorial. It's in honour to those that give their lives in both wars. There have been some additional things added, and looking at the dates, well, certainly on the top two, they have a right to be here. So, John Dent, Border Regiment; Frank Hyam, West Riding Regiment; Charles Hymas, Labour Corps; Horace Marshall, West Riding Regiment; Gerald Maud, Yorkshire Regiment; Michael Maud, Yorkshire Regiment. I'm assuming they're brothers, both captains. That's amazing. Fred Nelson, South Staffs; J. Norman Proctor, West Riding Regiment; Thomas B. Renton, Private Machine Gun Corps; Rhodes Spence, West Riding Regiment; James H. Swells, Seaman, Royal Navy. Ah, he's the guy in the graveyard down below. We'll go back and have a look at his grave, because when I was there was somebody there and I couldn't speak, or didn't want to speak. Tom Swales, I'm assuming that, again, West Riding Regiment, I'm assuming they're brothers or at least related. And then we've got John Whitfield, West Riding Regiment, and then 1939 to 45, Second World War, Sidney Daggett, Pilot Officer, RAF. Richard M. Proctor, Lance Bombardier, Royal Artillery. And then Curtis Walker, Driver, Royal Army Service Corps. Sorry, I didn't film that very well, but I read it. Every name, and every name must be remembered. So just round the back of the obelisk. Again, apologise for the wind. I just found a Union flag. Nearly fell over, brilliant. Seems like it's some kind of seat. It's just what you want to do, put your backside on our flag. Some people, honestly, used to bug me to death. Guys in the army wearing Union Jack shorts or having a Union Jack towel, wiping your backside on it. Anyway, never mind. So, while we're here, without falling off the edge, and I'm going to take the seat with me because it's a litter. Where are we? Where did we start? Struggling to see where we are. Listen to the skylark. Isn't she beautiful? I assume it's a she. I think you definitely need to keep your wits about you when you're up here. I wouldn't want to end up in that. Looks like sticky toffee pudding. So the footpath, basically we've gone from what was like heathland to now what feels like bogland. I mean it's peat as opposed to sandy. Just like that. Past the obelisk, it's all changed. The path isn't as obvious. I mean it's still obvious, don't get me wrong, but it's not as well worn as the others. But now we're going to make our way down into the valley. I tried to video it from the obelisk, but I could barely see the church. It's that far away. It's not that far away. It really, I think this is about like an 8-kilometre walk, if that. It's within anybody's. Well, I'm sorry, it was not anybody's ability because that's a ridiculous thing to say. It's within most people's ability to walk 8 kilometres. I mean, if it's tough going, stop, have a rest, sit down, have a look around. That's what we're up here for. That's why I'm filming, so that I'm forced to have a look. Because otherwise, I would head down, stomp along, miss everything, rush through life like it's an inconvenience. No, I need to stop, look more. Too much time wasted rushing around. This is quite different. Lovely too. Oh, there you go. This does look like, if we hadn't had such a dry spell, that it would be rather boggy. You might, in a particularly wet spell, want to come up the way you came and go back down the same way. But the obelisk is definitely worth a visit, and the view from the ridge is stunning. It's stunning. You can see forever, ever. Of course you can't, but I can't estimate how far you can see, so that'll do as a description. Look at it, it's stunning, absolutely stunning. I'm going to start going down the edge in a minute, I think. I need to look where I'm going. Look at that effect. Unbelievable. Anyway, I just I'm not lost, but I'm not on the right path. It's going in the same direction, just higher up the hill than I should be, and it's going to make me go a little bit further than I wanted to walk. Well, you know, I'm enjoying myself, so no loss there. But let's see if we can recreate that. Ooh, what a cool look. I mean, it never shows on camera, but it's actually quite steep coming down here. I've nearly fallen over twice. My walking shoes are not done up tight enough, and my socks are too thin because, you know, they're sort of summer, they're not hiking socks, they're sports socks, ankle socks, the vanity. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's just landed in front of us again. Let me see if I can zoom in. Don't know whether I'm looking at him or not. There. Is that it? There. Beautiful little butterfly. So now we're not slipping down a steep hill. We might well still slip. But let's talk about these trainers. Walking shoes. Trainers. Walking shoes. Trainers. Walking shoes. They're walking shoes. Oh. Anyway, sorry, another butterfly. Beautiful. Find another adjective. So these trainers, they're not, I don't know whether you noticed, one of them's got a hole on it. They're not even 6 months old. To be fair, this is the second pair I've had of these. They are super comfy. I've got to say, they are super comfy. Supportive enough without being a boot. They are waterproof, still waterproof even with a hole in. The Gore-Tex membrane hasn't gone through. But yeah, the last pair ripped in the same place, and I probably shouldn't have bought another pair, but I liked them, and the last pair lasted longer. Maybe I'm doing a lot more walking these days. But it's a shame. Adidas, lift your game. I don't know what type of Adidas Terex trainers they are. But yeah, disappointing. Look at the old stockyards. This is where they bring them all the sheep in, pen them in different ways, bring them in. So each farmer got their sheep and then took them to market. I mean, look at the amount of effort that must have gone into making this. Gate after gate after gate. Now all gone. Sheep are worthless. The amount of synthetic materials we use instead of wool. Says a bloke wearing 100% synthetic clothing. Yes, shut up, John. Hypocrite. But isn't it stunning? Look at all this effort. Look at that wall. And of course, when you're on a walk, don't forget to look backwards now and again. Hey, it helps you find your way back if you're on a one-way trip. But B, there's some stunning sights. Absolutely delightful. Up, there's a bench. Let's have a look. Oh, recycled plastic bench. Oh, but what a view. Can't sit here very long. Horseflies. Can you hear it buzzing around? That's just a normal fly, but still gives me the creeps. So I've just done a little bit more research on the young sailor killed in 1918. I can't remember the first name, but his surname was Swale. And on his gravestone it said HMS Victory. The Victory was in exclamation marks. Now, did a bit of research, and it turns out the HMS Victory was a land station. And they would say that it doesn't matter what ship you're on. I think if you deployed from HMS Victory to your ship to keep secrets, etc., as to what ships have been sunk or what ships have been attacked or damaged, then your record would just say HMS Victory, or your gravestone would say HMS Victory. However, being a sailor and the fact that he's buried here may mean that he died from his wounds, but the likelihood, if he was a sailor, he'd been buried at sea. his name be on a monument in Portsmouth or Plymouth or one of the other many Royal Naval ports at the time. So I suspect the fact that he died in 1918, he may well have been a victim of the Spanish flu. I might try and do a bit more digging in the Commonwealth War Graves Commission archive to find out some more information. But either way, whether you died through war, disease or pestilence, you're still there serving, putting your life on the line for the freedoms we enjoy today. Stunningly beautiful village. I mean, I know it's a nice day and all that, but wow. So I don't know what village I was just walking through and describing as beautiful, but it was. But Rylstone's another mile yet. Well, that's a little bit of a blow to morale. Sure, it's not a mile, but I thought I was nearly finished anyway. Still, lovely day. There you go. You can't quite see the obelisk at the top of this. Well, yeah, I can just about see it, but I'm not sure you'll see it on camera. And I doubt you're going to see the cross over there. But that's the ridgeline we walked. And from here, you get an absolutely glorious view of it. I'm rather hoping a big tractor's going to come around the corner because I haven't got anywhere to go. It seems this road travels up as a stream, which would be nice if it weren't full of cow feces, sheep feces, etc, etc, etc. Mind you, I'm kind of tempted to take a dip. As with any walk when there's livestock around, horseflies. Now you can spray yourself with, we, as in me, my wife and I, we use incognito. However, I don't like spraying it if I don't have to. Something about spraying a nasty, noxious chemical upon yourself just doesn't seem to be a sensible thing to do on a regular basis. So every now and again, just have a little stop, wait for the little buggers to land, and then slap them. So yeah, watch is saying it's just over 9 kilometres. I think I started to watch about half a kilometre to the walk, which is a bit of an error, a regular error for me, to be honest. Glorious walk, loved it. Now it's time to get in the car and go back to the holiday accommodation. Hope you enjoy the video. It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him, and he's an idiot.